Hey, what's going on, everybody? Sir Da Vinci here, and as you can see, we're on the division. Today is Friday, and it is 7:50 p.m. Eastern time. And for us on the East Coast, the vendor resets on Friday, obviously, and at 7 p.m. And I figured I'd get on right at 7. Well, I got up a little after 7, but to check out the new vendor resets. And last week, at the hub in the base of operations, like where the DLC area is and all that, the Phoenix Credit vendor had a lightweight M4, this one to be specific, that was really good and had a really good roll on it. Ended up rolling away, I forget what it was that was there, but I got Brutal on it instead. And it also came with Vicious and Destructive, which are awesome talents to have. And it had like almost max base damage, and it, as you can see, 22% enemy armor damage is really good. My FAMAS also has that. But anyway, if you missed, I know for the most part Phoenix credits aren't too bad to get, but if you didn't have enough time to get it before, like my brother, he doesn't play this game as much as me, and I actually wanted him to get the M4, but I don't think he did. So anyway, the reason I'm bringing that up is because here at this safe house, down toward the bottom right corner of the safe house, named The Last Call, I came here, and the weapons vendor here is selling a lightweight M4. It's not as good as the Phoenix credit one from last week. As you can see, the base damage is lower, about 500 damage less, and 3% less enemy armor damage. But it also has Vicious and Deadly, which honestly, Deadly isn't super important to have on assault rifles. It's not, you could probably get something better in that slot, especially if you're not running Alpha Bridge. But then you can either, if you want to keep capable, I guess, but I wouldn't suggest keeping that talent. I would roll that away for probably Brutal. Might be like the best, in my opinion, at least on assault rifles, the best talent, because most of the time you're going to be hitting headshots anyway, because the assault rifle is pretty accurate. Either that or Destructive. Destructive's really good now, especially since it has an effect on PvP now too. And maybe Responsive if you want. Either way, any other talent of the six, especially one of the 6 that I have. Obviously, you can't really get uncomplicated on anything other than FAMAS right now. But yeah, I figured I'd point this out because if people didn't have the Phoenix credits, I know not most people are just sitting around grinding it, but especially if you don't play the game as often, if you're someone who, you got a full-time job, you can't really get on that much. But anyway, this is like it's like I said, it's not as good, but it's still pretty darn good. And it's for base credits. It's 1.6, getting close to 1.7 million credits, and I have 63 million, so it's not really a big deal to me. But you should, if you do like some high value targets or really anything that gets you some decent loot drops, you should be able to sell those to be able to get yourself enough money for it. So I figured I'd point that out. That way, if anyone's looking to get on, don't really want to go around each safe house, take the time to do that, then save you some time. Here's a decent lightweight M4, probably the best assault rifle in the game right now, in my opinion, at least. So if you guys enjoyed and appreciate the help, leave a like on the video, comment down below. Any feedback is always appreciated. If you guys like this kind of stuff, I could probably keep it up, but I know there's a lot of people on YouTube right now doing this kind of a thing. I don't really want to do the same thing as everybody else, change it up a little bit, but I figured I'd point this one out. And yeah, so see you guys next